The apprehension against video games has got to be one of the oddest fears in modern times. And just like witches with their math, girls aren't allowed to play them. It's not like the internet, which is more accessible to malicious content and harmful scripts and programs. There's genuine reason to be cautious on this World Wide Web. But video games aren't like that, no. To fear a concept like video games, you gotta be more creative. Find evil where no one else could. In other words, the reason for the fear has to be irrational. Or in other words, ridiculous enough that I can make fun of it without feeling bad. So let's you and I dip our toes into the pool of turbulent boomer madness that is video game hysteria. According to the BBC, the news organization, not the other thing, gaming disorder is an official medical condition declared by the World Health Organization, which is listed as a condition for further study, meaning it is not an official medical condition. Gaming disorder has symptoms that include impaired control over gaming, so playing video games too much, increased priority given to gaming, so playing video games too much, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite negative consequences, which is another way to say playing video games too much. I think I'm noticing a pattern. Unsurprisingly, this sickness was found more often in children and teenagers. You know, the people who have the most free time on God's green earth and the least responsibilities. Wow, go figure. It's also a phenomenon especially found in males. Kinda like Bigfoot. Where's the female Bigfoot? Are a group of them called a gaggle of big feet? Much like the records of US military spending, the world may never know. Anyway, for some reason in its earlier conception and arguably still to this day, video games were marketed towards guys similar to the color blue and being drafted into the military. What's with this guy in the military? Just ignore him. You know, just boy things.
Hey, I'm just a guy. Well, you're not into guys or anything. You're into girls, so you wouldn't be into me. No, of course not. 'Cause you're a big manly straight guy.
Luckily, according to Andrew Shabilsky, the director of research at the Oxford Internet Institute, 0.3% of gamers actually have a hard time controlling how long they play games. But the WHO says more specifically that gaming disorder refers to people who prioritize gaming over other life activities for more than 12 months with accompanying negative consequences. So basically, a NEET who happens to play games. Yet another illustration of correlation does not equal causation. You see, Timmy, there are a lot of ways to be a loser. I myself am a procrastinator. I've had a car for almost 2 years and I still don't know how to drive. I'm actively holding myself back from the grim reality of adulthood. Haha, I hate myself so much. Still, if you're in the mindset to prioritize any entertainment over actual responsibilities, it's more of a personal issue, not an issue pointing towards the entertainment itself. However, don't get it twisted. That doesn't include features in games or any other media meant to be addictive, like loot boxes or any other legal ways minors can gamble. I'm focusing solely on the game aspect. But while younger generations tend to be the main focus on gaming addiction, they're also victims to something truly unique to the characteristic of youth: child molestation. The news has told me that I'm an impending victim of child molestation since I first started playing video games. I find this weird since the alternative is going outside, which is arguably worse. Heck, when I was 6 years old, I was walking around my neighborhood, as I occasionally did, and some old dude I've never met asked if I wanted some ice cream inside his house. Being the responsible child that I was, I thought, hey, free ice cream, and went into his house and had an ice cream cone straight from an unopened box. It's a miracle I didn't receive trauma that day. Still, while it is rare, there are serious cases of predators preying on children in games like Fortnite, Minecraft, and especially Roblox. So be careful out there, kiddos. Anyway, I think news people should give video games a break and worry about influencers a little more. Then again, it wouldn't be the first time the news panicked over nothing. Panic. Oh yeah, the Satanic Panic. Back in the 90s, some nutcases thought that video games were an allegory for Satan, particularly Pokemon, a game where you play as a 10-year-old wandering across a region to enslave animals and have them fight against one another for entertainment purposes. But they didn't have a problem with that aspect. It was Pokemon's scientifically inaccurate depiction of evolution that was the issue, since it somehow snuck in olive on the species of origin somewhere in here, and totally wasn't just a mechanic to make the game a little more interesting. Oh, and magic of course was another sin this game had, because God forbid that children have an imagination or anything resembling fun. Put on Hades for these people and they'd probably die of a heart attack. In conclusion, if you played this mission in Modern Warfare 2, you're probably a terrorist now.